What's good? What's good? What's good? This is RawTruth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. I'm joined by Coach Joe. How you doing, OG?
Good, DJ. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, and I want everyone that's listening to do a favor because we're about to go in, not in an informative way, but can you please like and share this video throughout all social media platforms? Uh, YouTube's playing games again and not sending out the notifications, but we're gonna rock it out. Coach Joe. Now, as you see on this title, it says, "What's next?"
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know or may know, both Ball brothers, LaMelo first with the ankle injury, and then Lonzo with a unique knee injury that's pretty much unexplainable. It's the adversity that they're dealing with. And I can say this, and we talked about it, Coach Joe, off the record. Um, just how proud to hear the maturity of LaMelo Ball, how he's dealing with rehab, how he's attacking rehab. Uh, but I also want LaMelo to take his time rehabbing because unfortunately he's playing for an organization. They're all over the place. So the most important part for LaMelo Ball, the most objective part for LaMelo Ball, what he needs to focus on is taking as much time as possible so he's 100% healthy. But what's your thoughts on it?
Well, DJ, you're absolutely right. That's first I want to say good evening or good afternoon wherever you are. So glad to be back, DJ, with you talking about this beautiful game of basketball that we love. But sometimes pull our hair out. Those of us that have any. It's just uh, a heartbreaking thing. Lamelo's been start and stop all year. Two ankle sprains and then the break. And and the break was weird as well because he was in his bag and I guess he broke his own ankles. I don't know. Um, but I was really glad, to see that the surgery was successful, obviously, and he's rehabbing and for, he said that the first words to kind of come out of him since this situation happened are words to the effect of he believed that even though it was his left ankle that he had sprained, but that his right ankle was the one that he broke. He believes that it's because he came back too soon. And DJ talked about that. And so I think you are hitting the nail right on the head. Mostly just because of the climate that we're in today, DJ, and following LeBron James on this one. He's shown all the players who are willing to listen that you must take care of your body if you wanted to take care of you.
Exactly. LeBron James, I think he spends about, correct me if I'm wrong, OG, about $2 million on his body, on
Probably,
fitness,
probably. Who
also
knows?
recovery.
hmm His process, absolutely, because this is this is this their tool is their body. So if you're not available, like right now, look at he on the sidelines, with the $2 million. You know what I mean? The basketball god's gonna do what the basketball god's gonna do, and that's just how I see it, and the way it's always shown up. Um, my team has been is currently being struck by this bug, and so have a lot of other ones. It's injuries all over this league. Is it the speed? Is it the and very few people are playing 82 games. So ain't nobody really playing all the games and stuff. So what's going on? All of this new science and new way of sculpting the body and all that is it's wonderful. But if it's not durable, then what's the point? As we
Man,
see with Lamelo out, there is no point, is there? Is there, DJ and
no,
Lonzo? And we got look, and we're gonna get into Lonzo, but woo and Lonzo, woo.
man, somebody need to pray for that brother, man.
Lonzo, but
That brother need to, man. I just hope he gets through this, Coach Joe. And as I'm before I do what I'm gonna do, I was gonna read a quote from LaMelo Ball. Shout out to Yvonne T, always showing up. I know the notifications don't send out all the time, but for those who capture this channel, thank you for tuning in. He said, "Ubuntu, Uncle Joe."
hey, what's up, Auntie? How you doing there? What's up? Good, nice to see you.
Yeah,
Yes,
shout out
indeed.
to Yvonne T, always
Yes,
sharing the
yes. Thank you.
channel,
Always, always. Thank
showing
you. On
love.
social media and everything. I see you. Appreciate you.
He said, "Till this day." Oh,
Mm-hmm.
day ones are here, man.
Thanks. Right. Rap. What's up, there, Coach? I say salute to you as well. How you doing there, young G? Good to see you. Yes,
Man,
indeed.
rap God been around since a brother had 50 subs, coach.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Way back in the day.
Man, shout out to the rap God, man. Shout out to everyone that's listening and sharing the content. We got Marco Nerd. The troops are coming in today. Slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Good
He
day
said,
for some
"Let's."
truth."
That's right. Let's go. Yes.
Woo!
Yes, Marco. Yes, yes, absolutely. We got to talk some truth here. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's some bull crap going on.
Oh my God, man.
Woo.
You ain't lying, Coach Joe.
It's
And
some
I
bull
have good
crap going
news
on.
for everyone tuning in. In the playoffs, me and Coach Joe will do live streams. I got the schedule adjusted. So we're going to be covering playoff series. Uh,
Yes.
you don't want to miss that. You know how
Yeah.
animated we get, especially Coach Joe.
Oh my stars. We're gonna because and I promise y'all I'm gonna be even more if I can be even more regular. Okay, I'm gonna give you because when I love playoff basketball, man. Don't get me started. NBA, I love NBA playoff basketball because I mean, y'all know me. I love our game and I love how our boys play it and it's just a beautiful thing.
Marco Nuri says, Coach Joe, DJ top tier duo. Salute. Like Peaches and Herb.
Reunited.
And it feels so good. Go,
Ooh.
Joe. Talking sports with the best of them.
The best duo.
Hey,
Yeah,
Coach
appreciate
Joe,
that,
you need a
Marco.
shirt that says "On My Stars."
Yes, no, facts, facts, facts. I need to have it on my stars.
Trademark that.
Absolutely. Because some things just need an oh my stars, man. Like like uh like uh like Paul George. Yes, I mean, come on, man. How do you have this life? I mean, I'm just gonna make a left real quick, DJ. I'm gonna come back on the
Right, it's cool. It's
on
cool.
the freeway,
We
but let
tuning
me
in
just make
too.
a quick left. I mean, I'm watching the Clippers yesterday because I'm watching all the games. God know how I'm doing it, and especially as it start getting close to the playoff time. I'm looking to see what I can see and enjoying it. And so I'm watching the Clippers, and all of a sudden, Paul George does something I ain't seen nobody do since Vince Carter, I think, and that's catch a ball. Or I say, look, I'm so confused even to this day. I saw the play, but I don't know if he caught it or if he dribbled it off or if he took him off the dribble. I don't know, but some along that way, he did a 360 in the game dunk. I was like, oh my God, look at Paul George.
Uh, Coach, how long is Paul George out?
Man, he out for the rest of the season for sure.
Oh man, the
Yeah.
Clippers are cursed.
He did, man. He did, and early in the game, he did a 360. Man, it was like Kawhi was even like making faces, like, "God damn, wow!"
And he don't show
Right?
any
Everybody
emotion. You know
was.
it's something when he makes faces like that.
Man, everybody. I mean, whoa! The crowd was cheering and stunned. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, did we just see what we thought we just saw?" And then to see him just come down the way he came down, and his leg bend like that, man. It's like, man, you got to be kidding me. I don't like the Clippers, y'all know that. I'm a Laker fan, but I ain't for none of our boys being hurt. And
Nah,
I don't celebrate none of that. Okay, because everybody, as y'all see, it's susceptible. If you play in the NBA, you susceptible to getting hurt. So, but
uh,
yeah.
let me read this quote from LaMelo Ball.
Yes, please.
And this is what he had to say about rehab. He said, "I felt like I wasn't at the best strength." Ball said, "I
Mm,
probably should have sat out to get it right." Read it again. "I
mm,
probably should have sat out to get it right." We've been talking about him sitting out longer.
mm,
Let me keep
mm.
reading. But just to get it stronger, it's one of those things. We play 80 something games, get strong, get right, get back right out there. That's interesting. So he was rushed back. He's saying it without saying it.
And see and listen and DJ, and who do you think rushed him back?
Jordan.
Yeah, see, I don't think it was Jordan.
Oh,
I
speaking
think it was
Clippers?
no, I think it was him.
Mm.
I think Melo is that dude. He's one of them dudes, and I think that he's his worst enemy. And if you don't, and what that statement said to me was, is that uh uh there's uh, this was not a team decision. This was a Melo decision, and clearly he can't make these decisions. He don't have no objective. He's still young, so thank goodness that he getting this early. Michael got, his owner got had a foot deal early. Had a foot deal early. Remember DJ? Had a foot deal early. The year he got 63 against Boston. He had a foot. He was out after year with a foot injury. He was even down there in Carolina. As he said on that documentary that he was down there. Playing with NC. But yeah. The players are their worst enemies. Now, um, do I believe that there was pressure from the organization? Absolutely, I do, without a doubt. I mean, he's the straw that stirs the drink. I mean, so let's it's just that's just it. So he wanted to be back. Everybody wanted him to be back. I wanted him to be back. We all wanted him to be back. But the problem is that I wasn't in, and most of us that wanted him to be back wasn't in on the meetings and looking at the X-rays and talking to the doctors and watching him progress. Okay, so I don't know, but I hope there are people that's close to him, JJ, that do know. And they won't make this decision again, especially playing for no doggone Charlotte Hornets.
And let me read some of these comments, OG, before I continue. Shout out to Douglas Golden Child. He said,
Mm.
"Salute to my brother DJ Raw, Uncut Truth, and Coach Joe. I'm praying for the Ball brothers for healing, a healthy recovery. LaMelo is that guy."
Yes.
Sandra Lang says, "Agreed, Coach. Yeah, Coach Joe made sense with that. Now that I think about that, Coach,
Yeah.
LaMelo's dog mentality.
Fact, without a doubt. Without a
It,
doubt.
he'll play through injuries. He'll play longer than he
No, no,
should.
no, DJ. To put it in context, he'll play all day. But you know what he also do, which shows who he is. He'll just be in the gym doing nothing, sitting in the stands watching somebody, little kids play or something,
Mm-hmm.
with a ball, holding it between his legs, dribbling in the stands. That's Melo. Love that thing. And so he need a strong team around him to veto his ass. And I'm gonna tell you, when you're so strong and you got non-veto power, you don't get nobody to veto you. The Most High say, okay, well, I'll veto your ass. So he did. He sat down and slowed down then, didn't he? And then what did he do? It gave him some objectivity, didn't it? Sure did. I probably came back too quick. Yeah, you did. And who would know that better than LaMelo?
Hmm. That's
now,
real
now,
right
now,
there.
now, mind you, look, no, wait a minute. Now, mind you, how many of them thought provoking, like, head scratching quotes we didn't hear come out of ZO2 over there, going on year 2
You got a
of
point,
the
coach.
best payment plan that pays for sitting and dressing and playing dress up, cosplaying. Come on, man. DJ, what is going on down in Chicago? They went and got Patrick Beverly, and he down there trying to get Oscars and Tonys and stuff. And the rest of the boys is like, man, what is this dude doing? We want Zoe back. Everybody wants Zoe back. What's the problem, DJ?
Before we go into that, let me finish these comments. Marco
Yes.
Nori says, hopefully Melo attacked the weight room. And I'm glad
Mm.
LaMelo talked about improving himself,
Mm.
strength, his health,
Facts.
self accountability.
Facts.
Because when you're in the NBA, your parents are not there for you. I mean, not like
Facts.
that. Your parents are not going to be holding your hands. You got
Facts.
to make the decisions for your future. And me and Coach Joe been talking about this for weeks.
Facts.
Not just about the ball brothers, but NBA players. When you're in the NBA, all the decisions from training to your health, that's on you.
Facts.
And having
Facts.
a great team around you. Look
Facts.
at the NBA stars that are always healthy. They have a great team.
Facts.
So I'm glad LaMelo has JJ, Jermaine Jackson in his corner. And I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be with them every step of the way. It's just another reminder that they got to, add some weight. And for the love of the Most High, wear high top shoes. I know the brother like wearing them low tops. I get it. And and I had to bring this up. Jordan is selling a share of his stake.
He's selling parts of the team.
Yeah.
He's selling equity into the team.
You didn't know that, Coach Joe?
No, I try not to, hang out in too much, that land. No, I didn't know that. For what? What do he need? He needs some money? He needs liquid? What's wrong?
Man,
What the hell is going on? Wait a minute, hold
man,
on. What have you heard?
Michael Jordan is selling a big portion of his stake. Um, so the people that will own a majority part of his stake, and Woj reported it, so you already know it's the real deal. They'll have full control on operations of the team. So Jordan, his name will be part of it, but it won't be the ones making the full decisions and etc. I think it just got to MJ that he couldn't produce a winner.
No, I see that's something. Okay, now I'm gonna look into it because I appreciate that, DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a whole lot to that.
Yeah.
Just for the room out, for family. What I'm thinking about right now is you know how coach's mind works. See, everything is connected. We're in one universe, one world. See, all sharing the same globe, going 500-600 miles an hour. None of us feel any movement. Wow, what an amazing thing!
Do we need to sing Andre Crouch? Let the church,
Wow, exactly. Go ahead, church.
amen. Hit that falsetto. God. Coach Joe probably doing backflips right now during
Right.
that.
Well, see, because listen here. First of all, first of all let's we gonna make another right. We gonna go off. And see, you in the country. When you're in the country, you just pull off the road, right, fam? Right. I remember when we used to go down there. Y'all know I'm from the city. Grew up in Chicago, but my people from Louisiana and Southern Illinois. So, my great grandpa parents was in Louisiana, and a Grambling down there in Shreveport. And shout out to Willis Reed, who just passed away, brother from Shreveport, a legend, Hall of Famer, two-time NBA champion. My hearts go out to him and his family, and those who have left behind. It's a season for all things that the good book says, and sometimes when you're in that season, boy, of transition, it's a heck of a doggone thing. So my heart goes out to them. My heart, to all of the people that are behind, that are grieving through his loss. And shout out Big Wilt, Willis, man, you held it down. But yeah, so I know how you get off them, right turns. Sometimes you be going down the road and you just turn. It look like two of them or something. I don't know, and especially at night, and some of them country dirt roads. And Michael Jordan, first of all, you don't put you don't when you offering shares of a foundational corporation like an NBA franchise or one of these NBA NFL franchises, you have to it's a rigorous process to get through, and they know who they want. They know who's available. They know who has the ability to play like they want to play. So this is very interesting. Steve Jobs, by the way, family, before he had a second stint at Apple. For those that in the room that remember, he was at a first stint. He created Apple, and then he grew it, but he was a little manic and a little crazy too, right? And so they finally got tired of his crazy after the first 25 years or so and kicked his ass and get out of here. They kicked him out, and that's what looks like maybe happened to Jordan. See, in some way, in some way, parallel, and then they brought him back. So Jordan just needs to give up control of operations and just go back in silent, and they go back and just have a president
Be a silent
just
owner.
yes, exactly, and just sit his ass in the office and get a report and go watch the games like Balmer.
Hey, we got Flight Sports in the building. He said, "Shout out to DJ and Coach. This is gonna be a good one." I got a song just for Flight Sports TV, man.
What's up, Flight?
This is the theme I'm gonna play for Flight Sports TV. Certified Flight, man. Certified Flight.
Mm.
Certified Flight.
Okay, certified Flight. All
Get your
right.
planes in the comment section.
Yes. Yes, facts. What's up there, my
Shout
young
out
G? How
to
you
Flight
doing?
Sports TV. Subscribe to his channel, man. The voice of the voiceless. You already know what it is, man. Every time I go to his live stream, Flight Sports TV, I always put the plane emojis.
Facts. Facts.
It's like a
Facts.
bat signal.
Yes. A rap guy said he and Magic's want majority stake. Wow. And let me just say this: if Magic, first of all, let's just have a real conversation. We're talking about these legacy corporations, these businesses, these LLCs, because that's what they are, family. They LLCs. Some of y'all got LLCs too. They're the same like them, based on the same principles and all, same laws and everything too. Okay, just full disclosure there for those in the back of the room. Anytime you get a piece of one of these things, that's big time for your family. For the legacy for your family. It's great for your portfolio. You're talking about business, talking about being successful. Magic right now is a part of his group that he roll with, and that's usually how it works. It's a group of billionaires three or four, something like that, two or three or four, something like that. And they go out and they put their things together, their resources together, and they on paper, and they go out and purchase the ownership of these LLCs. That's what they are. And so, if Michael's getting out of the game, wow. And where he has to sell, because he doesn't have to sell if he's just going to relinquish control. You don't have to sell your stakes because you've taken a step back. You just got to hire people and step back. You change the order of the structure. I mean, that's all that requires. So, but if he's selling it, something else is going on. Does he need money? See, Michael I know because he's from my generation, and so we grew up together in that sense, if you will, and I know people that know Mike and been close to Mike, and we all know that Mike have them gambling issues. Do anybody think it stopped or think he quit? Anybody in the room? And there's anybody say that Mike quit? Maybe no. Okay, no takers. Yeah, so I don't know. Does he need? Because I don't understand selling a black man selling one of these things. First of all, how you get one? You got to be invited in to get one. Who got to invite you in? They do. Okay, that's how you got to get in. So you get in and then you want to get out. Oh my God, man, that's that's something wrong with that franchise, then, man. Because Robert Johnson had it before him. He the first black owner. He had that thing. He sold it to Jordan or Jordan's group. This is crazy, man. Charlotte, North Carolina is a basketball crazy state. The people that love basketball, they remind me of the people in Indiana in that sense. One Midwest, one in the South, but they love. They got and North Carolina got universities and high schools all over the place, and product all over the place. Talent all over the place. So they love it. So this don't make no sense. It ain't like it's in a place that's not getting supported either, or don't where they have to generate fake support. They don't. This makes no sense to me. So I'm gonna go look at it, DJ. Thank y'all.
No doubt. We'll keep up with the updates during the show. Um, and I want to say this: Willis Reed, for what he's accomplished, Defensive Player of the Year, two-time champion, the only champion. The Knicks have not even sniffed a championship ring since the 70s when Willis Reed was playing. And remember, 1970, not 74, because 74 they swept the Lakers 4-1. But I'm talking about 1970. The Knicks were picked to lose against the Lakers. Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain and Jerry West and company, they were the overall favorites.
Huge favorites.
And then that remarkable scene. He was injured. He wasn't even supposed to play. He walked out of the tunnel. And the announcer said, "That's Willis Reed. That's Willis Reed." That's something I'll always remember. And I know I'm young. I'm 30 going on 31. But if you go on YouTube, you can look it up. When Willis Reed came back from injury, it's one of the most historic moments in NBA history. Prayers to his family, his grandchildren, fans alike, the Knicks fans, as they're going through this. But I heard everything I heard about him. He was a good man and a legend. And we
Facts.
got
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
And one of the few people NBA players to have, I think he might be the first to have at the same time, same year, regular season MVP, playoff MVP, All-Star MVP, and maybe one other one.
Coach Joe, you see that comment right there by Marco Nor? He said, "I don't think he have 180 to give LaMelo."
He probably owned or something with that one. But this is the thing. This is the thing. He don't have to have $180 million to give LaMelo. See, that's what's so crazy. He don't have to. This is about economics and using the economic system. And when you have tools like they have, when you have those kinds of tools, then all kinds of things are available to you. Right? Just like in our world, when the credit card companies know that you have money to pay your credit card, they'll give you more credit. That's how it works. The more the less you need the credit, the more you can get. Okay, and when you are a part of an ownership group for legacy corporations in this country, sports are one of them, and sports stadiums attached to sports teams are one of them. Are one of them because we've seen them go through generations. We've seen second iterations of them now, third iterations of these stadiums, tearing them down, blowing them up, putting new ones up. That's continuity. That's what it's about. So so that's what I'm saying. This is as American as anything that's American. See, and you die to get into these things because they never going anywhere until everything goes kaput, and it ain't nothing gonna be worth nothing, and it ain't gonna matter. But as long as we doing this thing here, nah, I don't know.
Marco Nurse he said he doesn't have to coach, but time ago you said Jordan don't want young players to have money like that without earning it. I'm saying even if he has it, he's not comfortable paying anyone.
And Marco, that that's probably some that I see some truth in what you're saying. I'm with you. I was only speaking about the financial barrier, any financial barrier to paying Melo. That he wouldn't have any of those now. But except you're absolutely right. Where you are, there you are. Okay, so Michael is on record as being the dude to say, "Get off my lawn."
I like what you said. Where you are, there you are.
Yeah.
Now
They.
to Lonzo Ball, man.
Woo.
I
ZO2.
man, who are you before ZO2? I remember that rap line he made, but
Mm.
that I was like, man, I feel bad for the brother, man. I I even prayed for him, and maybe
Mm.
some people may think that's cheesy, but I believe in the Most High, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not ashamed of it. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I prayed for him
Wonderful.
because he could lose his basketball career from this.
Facts.
This is serious,
Facts. Very.
and I'm telling you right now, if this doesn't, if Lonzo is able to get out of this um, adverse situation with his knee, and he's able to continue playing, I bet you his mindset would change to a point where he'll go above and beyond to become the best player he would want to be to the best of his abilities. That's if he's able to play. But man, Coach Joe, what do you think about all that's been going on with Lonzo and how he's been dealing with this?
Well, uh, I don't want to do a post mortem because he hasn't it hasn't been he's having surgery again. So they haven't officially said that that knee is irreparable for professional basketball. You can't play with that one, and a replacement just won't do it. So I don't want that to turn. I don't want to be that guy, but I do want to say this: that we're heading in that direction, and he won't be the first. Right when I said that, you know who popped in my head, DJ? Brandon Roy.
Oh, I remember that. What could
Brandon
have
Roy.
been?
What could have been? I mean, Brandon Roy from the Portland Trailblazers, Seattle kid, University of Washington, 6'6" shooting guard. He could go. Not had a wonderful game, a beautiful game, but his career ended over injury and a knee. So So it's a couple of things, tracks. There's the Lonzo the player, and then Lonzo the person. Lonzo the player, um, my heart goes out to. My heart goes out to that guy because I think he loves the game. I really do. I think um, I think he just uh, has had a tough go of it. I think since since his mom's unfortunate stroke, and I'm not saying this is an excuse or anything. I'm not, because all of us go through things. But for any of us to say that what we go through doesn't change us or impact us is a bit short-sighted, because it does. All of us. That's part of the purpose of it. To help reveal things and show us things that we don't want to see at times. That will only open up if it comes a certain way. That's just, and we all have that about us. Nobody, his way is it one way. So Lonzo, the person, he's fine. He got that contract. He got a little girl. He can take care of his little girl. He's
Hmm.
still a brand. He's still a Lonzo's still a name. He gonna be all right. But the player, wow, wow. I mean, I
Right.
just think of like that, like Sam Bowie, drafted ahead of Michael Jordan, career cut short. Greg
So
Oden,
if they said this, if Lonzo Ball, because it said it was a successful surgery, but we gotta know the update if he could play.
right?
If he returns, he'd be the first player ever to return from a cartilage transplant surgery ever.
Wow. So it would be groundbreaking as well. Wow.
Even if he's just a role player, and I want y'all to hear this closely. Even if Lonzo returns as a role player, this will be in the history books of overcoming.
Wow.
Ever, ever, ever. And this is the saddest thing about this whole situation. He finally found a role with the Chicago Bulls.
Yep.
And then before he got injured, there was that one stretch where he was averaging, it was the last 15 games, right? It
Mm.
was 16 and 10 assists, 16 points and 10 assists. Matter of fact, hoop jargon, he made a, he made a little joke about Lonzo. He said the king of 16, because once he scores 16, he ain't scoring no more. And it's
Hit
nothing
his
against
ceiling.
Lonzo, but it's so true though.
Right. Hit his ceiling. That's it.
The king of 16.
King of 16.
Was it something by Andre 3016? Ain't enough. Mm-mm. But but all seriousness, man, I'm praying for Lonzo. If he's able just to play even bare minimum, he will make history being the first, and all the young generation who deals with surgeries will say, if Lonzo could do it, I could do it. So it will change the lives of the young generation. And I believe that the Most High uses people that goes through adverse situations so that they can uplift others to see just an image of overcoming. And I'm praying for Lonzo. I pray that not only, I'm just glad the first part is out the way. The
Fact,
surgery went well.
facts, facts. And that's half the battle right there. That everything took,
Yes.
and that they had something to work with. You know what I mean? For those who can get on, we can go on to Google, or on our computers and our phones and pads and stuff, and look at what the knee looks like, right? All of what's in there. So it ain't a lot in there. And so when you start losing stuff, you know, you got to replace it.
Let me read this from Marco Nori. He says, just my opinion, the pressure got to Lonzo. He's okay with blaming injuries and going away. Uh
Mm.
Man, dang.
Well, you know what? He to if that's true, Marco, or there's some truth to it, he wouldn't be the first, and he ain't gonna be the last, because the NBA is a business. And right now it's doing big business.
Hey, if
It's
Lonzo
doing
comes
big
back from,
business.
I'll say this: if Lonzo comes back from this surgery, uh, that should tell me all I need to know that he loves the game of basketball.
Facts.
To go through
Facts.
that rehab and pain and
Facts.
man,
The story is Crockett. What's that in there, Young G? How you doing? He said somebody got to be first or something. Absolutely, there will be
you're
a
right.
first, and that's the thing to me that's so encouraging about it taking so quickly, and if you will, and them being even hopeful. I'm a huge believer. No, not believer. Let me stop. No, I'm not. I am a huge proponent of the vibration and the sounds that go along with the ideas that are connected to oneness, family. That the Most High is connected to us in all the ways that we need to operate and move in this world that we call life. Is the
Exactly.
author of all ideas and thoughts. And, so to see these ideas to be on the planet, I mean, DJ, me and one of my kids were talking about this the other day. She was going over having something in class that she was talking about. They were on in her history class, and she was talking about all of the um, unique people with unique stories who came along to move people and move the world and are still vibrating today. Okay, that in the 20th century, that those people have grown exponentially in our times. It's way more of them than there ever used to be. See, so I believe science is inspired like all beautiful arts are, and that's one as well because it's the art of discovery and learning about the natural world with the invisible world, and I think it's a beautiful thing. And so at some point, y'all are right. We gonna get over that threshold. We gonna get over it. Lonzo could be the one. I mean,
Yeah,
because LeBron is still playing, right? And Tom Brady was still playing it, right? At 4,400, right? So,
exactly.
all right.
And family, make sure to hit the like button if you haven't. This is a great discussion, man. Douglas Goldenchild says, it feels so good to hear something positive on a panel about Lonzo healing process. I appreciate DJ Ronka, Truth, and Coach Joe at Flight Sports TV for speaking facts and never changing. One thing that I always make remain consistent, and even when we made the joke, the King of 16, shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Right. Shout out to
We
Hoop
sh-
Jargon.
we showed the compassion of what
Facts.
Lonzo's dealing with mentally,
Facts.
physically.
Mm.
One thing I don't do, and Coach Joe would never do, we would never kick a man when he's down.
Oh,
We would never do that. And I've seen people on
no,
social
facts.
media, I've seen people online make a fun of Lonzo's injury. And the OGs and my mother and father once said, God don't like ugly.
Mm.
So when you're making fun of someone going through, Lonzo could lose his career.
No, it's
You,
gone. He
yeah,
has to he has to recover it now
right.
because they just did groundbreaking surgery and nobody's ever come back from something like this. So this is groundbreaking. He got to rebuild now.
Do you know how tough it is on your
Woo!
mental to go through something like that? Like, man, this could all be taken away from me.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's
And
serious,
speak
man.
and speaking of his team right now, they playing Philly right now, and they need a win, and like it ain't nothing, and they doing what they've been kind of doing, up and down, looking silly at times. They losing 52-37 in the second quarter. Now so as you can see, it's reverberating through them still. Even they don't know how to act. This is the weirdest damn team of collection of talent that I ain't seen in a long time outside of the Clippers. That just can't figure it out. It's the weirdest thing.
It sure is.
He's
Thunder
full.
says cartilage is kind of like a phone case, but except for your bones, is the vital. It is vital for athletes, but for a regular person, it's not severe. That definitely
Facts.
makes sense.
Facts.
Oh,
Facts. And that's
Marco.
why I'm not, and that's why DJ, I'm not really concerned. That part of me, the person Lonzo, he gonna be fine because he'll be able to walk around and run and do all the regular things. It won't be an issue. Just can't play pro ball.
That's true. And Marco Nori, we're not saying that you said that you count them out. You've been fair and objective this whole time. You've said some great things on the show with your
Fact.
comments. Uh, your comments are good. We're talking about stuff that's like on social media that just dogging them, like just
Yeah. Yeah.
it's.
Yeah.
Marco Nori says, "I'm not trying to count him out, but father called him damaged goods. How can a man forget? My father said things to me that don't affect me because my mindset, but that was in the air for the world to see."
And if you remember, Marco, and family, we're going to, we should remind each other of what we already know. We did a show about that. That's one of the things that
Hmm.
I really was not happy about. For that very reason, Marco, that you're saying right now. For that very reason. I'm a father, and I know how saying something like that to your child, what that would mean, what that could mean. And that was just out of bounds for me. But I don't judge it in the sense that say that it's bad because LeVar got them to elite level. Okay, is what he did. So I will never dog on that. Okay, he said he helped his kids get set up for the long haul, baby. Sure did.
And Dexter's Carcass said, It's a harsh reality, but ballers know how violent balling can be on the lower extremities. Yeah, man, your knees,
Facts.
your ankles,
Facts.
rehab. I mean, training,
Facts.
training, training. You
Facts.
gotta have proper shoes. Look at Steph Curry after the ankle injuries he's had. If you see his ankle support, it's what you call those things, those ankle things that Steph Curry has on his ankles, like ankle
Uh,
protection.
he got Steph has medical orthotics is what he has.
Yes, that's exactly
Okay,
what it
he
is.
has medical molds that are made just for his feet to support his feet and his ankles and his legs and all that he wears. Okay, Lamelo's going to get the same thing. What also Steph had to do is one thing that, and I'm gonna just show you conversely, family, because we like to sometimes it's good to see difference, not to point out and say wrong necessarily or bad. Okay, not wrong, but bad. No, we're not saying bad. Okay, we're saying needs improvement. Steph had to learn to walk again. Part of Steph's having ankle problems was that he didn't know how to walk. Have you ever noticed that Steph's kind of bow-legged?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's a problem. Okay, that's a problem. How you walk, family, that even matters to playing professional sports. That's my issue with, and I'm comparing, contrasting, not putting down, okay, the person, but the training and the understanding and the team around it. Okay, our boy for the Lakers, AD, he can't stay off the hurt list, and part of the reason is because he don't know how to walk, and he don't know how to run and jump like a 6'11", 6'10", 6'11" giant that's 260 something, 70 something pounds. He don't know how to jump correctly. He's still jumping like he was 6 feet. If you watch him, DJ, watch the shots that he take. They're the same kind of shots that LaMelo takes with his skinny ass. Trey Young takes, Ja takes, Kyrie takes. Okay, but the difference is they not putting 260 pounds on them ligaments like he is every time he do them turnarounds. See, so Lamelo may have to learn how to even walk properly, so he's distributing his weight correctly. Zion had to learn that. That's right, Dex. Absolutely,
Yep.
that's part of Zion's journey as well. Had to learn how to walk again and jump again, how to
Oh,
come down on 2 feet.
yo,
It's
Coach
important to
Joe.
you, huh?
I just want to say a quick shout out to Slim Cahoop, man. He's one of the day ones.
Yes,
He came back, man. He said, "What up, people, man? Salute to you and thank you." Sandra Lang, man, we've been talking about it for a while, sister. I'm glad you posted it again.
there it
High
is.
tops, ankle bracelets. Doris Crockett pointed that out without a doubt.
Facts. Facts.
You,
But see,
yeah,
listen, but remember, guys, those things are tools. If you're not walking properly, if you don't if your gait is not correct, them tools ain't gonna make it correct. Those tools assist you, but you got to get right first so that the tools will work.
exact. Shoot, before you can run, you gotta adjust.
Facts. Facts.
That's one of the wise coach once said, man.
Facts.
Before
Facts.
you can run, you gotta adjust.
Facts. Facts.
And
Facts.
Steph Curry, one of the best players in the NBA,
Huh.
he wears things uncomfortable, ankle
Huh.
bracelets.
Huh.
You see knee pads. He got
Huh.
those like new age knee pads on.
Facts.
He don't
Show do.
care how he looks.
Show don't.
He knows he's gonna put buckets on an opposing defense.
On your ass.
All these new athletes, and I'm not trying to put them in a box, but let's call it what it is. They're all trying to look cool or
Facts.
what feels right.
Facts.
And you know how much we love LaMelo Ball, but remember in Ball and the Family when they was talking about making a prototype shoe for LaMelo,
Mm-hmm.
what the first thing he said? Oh, I like low tops.
Facts.
That feels right. That feels
Facts.
good. It's not about feeling good. You're playing basketball.
No, no. See, DJ, it's okay for him to say that. The problem is that nobody's in the room to say, LaMelo, that's great for when you're walking around it on the promenade. But you need something a little different when you playing, okay? Like we talk about the
Uh-huh.
playing part. See, that's all. He just need that. He a kid. He thinking about looking cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that as a kid. Thinking about
Right.
looking cool. Okay, but the grown-ups in the damn room is supposed to remind the kid, oh, hey, this ain't about looking good. This is about playing tomorrow and the next day and staying healthy. So Zion, so Anthony Edwards, stop eating them cheesies. Them cheesy fries, 2 of them a bags a day is not good, boy. So
Oh
he
yeah, I
learned.
forgot about Anthony Edwards eating them cheese fries every
Yes,
day.
them cheesy things. I mean,
Man,
he learned. Now he down to 1 bag now, and now look at him. Got a chef cooking and stuff for him. Got hurt his ankle, but he's supposed to be back today though, I think. But Ant looked like baby Jordan to me, and
it's
his body
wonders what
looks
a diet can
amazing.
do, coach.
Oh my stars, taking care of yourself can do.
He said, leave them cheese fries alone,
Yeah,
dog.
leave them cheesy fries alone. Them things alone, man. That stuff ain't no good. That stuff for them people out there that's dreaming about being you. They ain't you.
Marco Nuri says these young players don't even tie their shoes tight. No, they don't.
Facts. Facts.
I noticed that too, man. I'm glad you
Facts.
pointed it out. Slim Cahoot says, I have a question if I may. Ask away, my brother. Sandra Lang says, I don't give a shiz. Wear them anyway.
Facts.
Tape them up. Talk to them,
Facts.
sis.
Facts.
Look at my shoes. I look cool. No, no.
Facts.
we don't care about that, man. We
Facts.
want you to be healthy and
Facts.
serving
Well,
these.
well, well, we got a way to handle it. They can be cool and be healthy. See, that's the thing about it. We live in
Right.
that world. We don't live in either or.
Coach Joey, did you see Dex comment, man? He said they out there running. They out there wearing running shoes.
Exactly.
Wearing the same bolts.
Facts. Facts.
Barely tying the shoes and stuff, man. Y'all better put
Right.
them ankle braces on.
Right. Facts. Well, you know what, the today's player, boy, but they if you didn't want to hear it, you doggone hear it now, because that bug has hit almost every team.
Man, oh man, Coach Joe.
Mm.
You know when you say a lot, where all
Mhm.
you can say is this, man, man, man. Slim Cahoot says, "How did Lonzo's injury go from a meniscus tear to a full-blown cartilage implant?" Man, that's a good question.
Well, that's because I stayed at a Holiday Inn Select.
That means you don't even got the answer to that, Coach.
It means who the hell know how we got there?
Man, it's the
You know what I
most.
mean? That's a great question, but who knows? Because did he really have the other one?
You know what I think it is, and I could be wrong,
Mm.
but maybe it's like I wouldn't say a second opinion, but a third opinion or fourth opinion. And someone said we missed something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I swear they need Nostradamus, man. They need to go exhume him.
I bet you that Lonzo took a fourth opinion, not from the NBA team doctors, because they just want the players to play.
Hmm.
Someone that's a real professional, that's away from the NBA and stuff like that. And then they say, "Wait a minute, what's this right here? This is not healed. Your kneecap is. It doesn't look right." And I'm sure the doctor told Lonzo, "How long have you been experiencing this knee pain?"
Facts. Facts.
And most likely Lonzo said, "Well, I played through the season with it." Oh, we
No,
gotta
no,
have an
no, no.
emergency look.
He probably said it's been. I've had it for a while. I just didn't pay no attention to it. It's okay. I could play. It ain't been no bigger
Uh-huh.
deal. That's what Jello said when they asked him about his ankle that was all that damn near was broken. He kept playing on it.
Oh man.
Okay, that's what they do.
That's why Jello couldn't move.
That's right.
And he ain't got no speed already. So when Jello
Thank you. Oh my
had that ankle
stars.
injury, boy,
Exactly.
he was moving like Ilgaskis. I knew something was
Facts.
wrong with that.
Facts.
Rap God says LaMelo is only 3 years removed from high school and is technically a child star.
There you
Yeah,
go, rap God. That is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. I'm sticking to that one right there.
all these kids trying to be like LaMelo, man. I see it all
Facts.
these basketball tournaments and stuff.
Facts. I love it.
They wearing the Pumas. They wearing shoes like LaMelo. Now I keep telling the youngsters, now y'all want to get them ankles right, you better put some ankle braces on and them high tops.
Facts. Facts.
And guess what these kids say? They kind
What?
of look lame.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell them all the time, the NBA doesn't care how lame you look. It just worry about how you can ball. Look at Kawhi Leonard.
Facts.
He don't care how lame he looks.
Nope.
He
Sure
out there to
don't.
ball out.
Facts.
And if Kawhi didn't have a degenerate uh,
Condition.
condition, he wouldn't have the injuries that he has.
Facts. And he's got a bad knee. See, Kyrie. I mean, Kawhi. That's what it looks like when you have a chronic condition that's not going to improve, but that you can nurse and work with. That thing right there. This thing that Lonzo got, this is just flipping your head. You know what this is, DJ and family? This is heads I win, tails you lose.
Man,
That's what this is. Ain't no winning. Just a losing hand every single time.
I feel bad that all the notifications are not sent out by YouTube because I'm gonna be honest, Coach Joe, this is one of the best streams we've done.
Mm.
It's balanced.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving full answers. It's not bringing all that sensationalism.
Mm.
We're telling you what both players they're going through, what they need for improvement, or if there's something catastrophic happen, a la Lonzo Ball, what he needs to do going forward. These are things that needs to be talked about, and I'm glad we're doing this stream because like I told you on the phone, Coach Joe, I didn't want to bring no sensationalism to this
Right.
situation because
Right.
Lonzo and LaMelo are grown men. Let me repeat that. They're
Facts.
grown men now.
Facts. They're not on rookie deals.
Right.
Well,
And
Melo is on the end of his, but he's speaking of which, this summer, see, that's part of the reason why Melo wanted to get back out there too. That's why what Marco said also is a things to make you go what he said about Jordan and 180 million. Because Melo don't want 180 million, he want 225 million is what Melo.
mm-hmm.
I'm hearing you, Marco. Woo, am I hearing you? Okay, but you know, Lonzo, like you said, he gonna be lucky if he makes it. But this other one is in the running for. I saw something the other day that said I read the other day that said Lamelo and Jalen Green gonna run this league,
Wow.
and they gave the reasons why they thought that he would do it, and I thought they were interesting, but the NBA has already picked Lamelo. Okay, Lonzo never did one commercial for them that wasn't a splice. Okay, he did the movie things, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
Lamelo did and he was in the commercial too. And he has it's only two people that have speaking roles in that NBA commercial that introduced that they play on rotation with him and Jordan Poole, and it's him and Jordan Poole the only people that's speaking. See, and John Morant, a good. I like that you put that up there, Slim. He said, "What about John Morant?" um, unfortunately, Ja has uh, damaged his brand. I think forever. And the reason I say that is because social media don't is forever now. See, and in a divided country, uh, those people that don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt will always have ammunition to look at and renew their vigor, renew their energy to hate him.
And one thing, and this is the reality we're telling you about. But remember Iverson,
Facts,
when the
facts.
powers that be found a loophole or a major problem with Iverson, then they start to go against him. Then Iverson, yeah, he had love from our community, of course, but
Hmm.
for to be, he wasn't as beloved as he should have been when he was
Facts,
playing.
facts,
Everybody else was getting that love but Iverson.
facts.
And Iverson was averaging
Iverson.
30 some points a game.
No, Iverson was changing the culture.
Right.
Is what he was doing, and they was asking him about practice. Practice? You sitting here asking me about practice? That's what they was doing. That's what they was doing to him. Okay, that's what they was doing to Iverson, asking him about practice. Okay, and there's a segment that still won't give Iverson his due. We'll never give it to him. For him, to them, and I'm talking about a large segment of Americans in this
And,
country. To them, he's a thug, and he always will be one.
and that's what the and Coach Joe, that's what the dominant society tries to do with our brothers and sisters who are athletes.
Mm-hmm.
You mess up one time. I'm just telling you the reality.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Facts.
doesn't mean we like the reality. This is how it
Hell,
is.
it ain't changed how I felt about him. None of what he did changed how I felt about him. I mean, to me, all of it was much to do about nothing. To be honest with you, in my view, all this was for this scared white people, the ones that was paying attention. That's what this did.
Oh, Marco Nori hit on the note. He said Melo will never not be able to handle the spotlight. He's ready. Pop
Facts.
said they been had it. Ja fell out of favor because he has that new money. And that's the thing about new money. When you get into that new money, because what LaMelo has, this is not new to him, so you can't call it new money.
Facts.
He's always had the spotlight,
Well,
even when he had
he grew up in
controversy.
Chino Hills in a big house. Okay.
Right. So he's kind of avoided from that.
Facts.
And remember when the WWE situation, that's
Mm-hmm.
all forgotten now.
Facts.
People barely
Facts.
bring it up.
Facts.
But that's just what the spotlight that LaMelo has, man. He could just withstand it. But it's an amazing thing. But like Cole said, came from Chino Hills, used to the spotlight, used to has a great marketing team, and you know, he knows that as long as he doesn't do anything catastrophic, he's good.
And Melo doesn't have those kind of proclivities, if you will, and Lonzo doesn't either.
Right.
Those kids just love basketball. That's pretty much what they their lives have been and
Talk to
are.
him, coach.
It's been basketball. That's what it's been. It ain't been these other things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Melo got three damn dogs, and they all big dogs in an apartment. People been spreading rumors around that he living in this big old mansion and stuff and all this other stuff. No, he ain't. They be living in a condo with three dogs. One of them is a Great Dane. I mean, one of them is a Mastiff. I mean, this thing got these big ass dogs in this thing. I was listening to him tell the girl Ashley that the last time he played, and I was just looking at Melo. He was just saying it with just the most innocence. Just well, why not? I like dogs and the Rockweiler too. Okay, what dude goes to get three different kinds of dogs that don't stay at home? That's always gone.
And LaMelo is one of the best players, young players, to represent
Facts.
because he's all about basketball.
Facts. It's all about
And
the
he has
hoops.
like a loving personality. Like, man, like this is a kid. You know, when Steph Curry first came into the NBA, the joy of just playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't had to worry about too many stuff.
Mm-hmm.
LaMelo is who he is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about LaMelo switching up. And this ain't about job. I'm just saying how the dynamics are different.
Facts.
It's
Facts.
just how it is, man. It's just
Grab
he's
no
one of one.
vastly different.
Yeah.
Vastly different.
You see Dex? He said you got one chance to blow. Eminem.
Facts. Facts.
Man.
Now, Ja will always be have a place to play unless he do something really really crazy and end up in jail, okay, which I don't think will happen. I'm just going to be on the record saying that I think that it was all about mostly about cosplay. Ja was the cosplaying as far as I'm concerned. Okay, this
Hmm.
boy grew up with a mama and a daddy, and basketball has been his life, and
But
that's the
that's the
truth.
thing about John Morant. He grew up with a stable family.
Facts, facts.
Man, if I was John Morant, I'm gonna tell you what I'll do, man. I'm not messing up my bag, man. My homies who are in a different direction than me, I'm telling them, if there's anything you need, I got you. We family. But I can't be hanging around y'all like that, man.
Facts.
You got to tell some people that. But we all got hood
Facts.
friends.
Facts.
We all got that one friend that's
Or
into some stuff.
relative.
Relative too, yeah.
Or
You know,
relative.
it's cool. We kicking in the family reunions or kick out spots, but you can't really hang out with them like that, man.
Facts. We ain't going on no runs together.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what happens when you're in that car with that person and they
That's
got a
right.
gun on them.
No. We know where they going. Up to no
Yeah,
good. That's what they doing.
and you from
So,
Cali, they go to
yeah,
Inglewood, they up to no
yeah,
good.
we ain't going. That's right. We ain't going on no runs either. Nope.
Shoot, I got a
Stay.
kinfolk. I mean, he's still in prison, man. And I
Mm,
always think about the times like, man, thank God I didn't go in the car when he went in the car.
mm.
Shoot, this is everybody thinks it's sweet until they get in trouble.
Slim, DJ, highlight Slim's question. I think he
Yeah.
made a really interesting one. Go ahead.
He said he's allowed to have guns. People tell me what he did wrong. Uh, I don't think anyone, even Coach Joe, even said he's not going to over exaggerate like the media, and he doesn't. Like Coach Joe pointed out, I don't generally think that Ja's a bad guy,
She ain't.
but we're talking about his company. We're not talking about gun. I mean, I'm trust me. I'm in a shooting range on my off time, so I don't mind guns. We're talking
Right.
about his company. We ain't talking about just him having a weapon for self defense, but who you're around. That's
See,
why you
see,
gotta have OGs around you.
it's that DJ, and it's also the environment. If you see too, did any of you guys see the picture that the dude who owns the that hole in the wall down there that they was hanging out in? He went and put the picture out of Ja and a girl tweaking on him. He had his shirt off, smiling. I think he might even had on his grizzly shorts. Any of
Oh
y'all see that video? I mean, see
yeah.
that picture?
As for the owner that put that video out, why would you do that?
We know why he did it, but and that's the point I want to make is that I'm glad he put it out because to remind the all of us what the truth is. Um, what Melo Ja did a lot of things wrong. Number one, like you said, DJ, you believe in being able to have a weapon, own a Second Amendment and own a weapon. And obviously, I'm a former Marine, and I know all. I'm not going to go into that. Weapons not an issue for me either. But uh, I've never opened posed with him in a club. I mean, I don't. What's the purpose of that? See, that's a culture, and that's not something that the NBA wants to be a part of. That's not a responsible gun owner because guns can go off accidentally, and you in a club with alcohol, and you posing with guns. Well, that is not the look they want. Whether it's legal or illegal isn't the question. That's why the suspension they gave him was under the auspices of doing something that was unbecoming to the NBA. Okay, they didn't like it, and I'm a huge proponent of safety of guns. I grew up around guns, and I'm a huge proponent of safety around guns. Because I know how accidents can happen, and so I don't play when it comes to those kinds of things. But there's a segment of people in our culture, and you notice I said people. I ain't talking about no one particular people, because people are like this in this country, who have a fascination with guns and pictures and wanting to show they got a gun and yada 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 yada. That's why I said he was cosplaying. That's why I said he was cosplaying. That's what he was in there doing. Jai ain't that little old thing he had in his hand, that little 22, that little old thing he had in his hand. Or whatever it looked that thing whatever it was that whatever little design. Anyway, I ain't gonna go into all that too because that's a part of it too. All of it is a costume.
Uh, Slumka Hoop says that's what I was getting at the media.
Yeah, facts. Hope
Marco
facts.
Nuri says Mello like Jay Z, Wayne, Kendrick, J Cole. They know how to do stuff. You just
Facts.
don't show it because kids looking up to you.
Well, you got a
So
platform and a brand, and you don't do things that's anti to it. Why
mm,
build something to move in one direction and then sabotage it so it have to go in another direction that you didn't plan? Why would you do that?
and here's the thing about Lamelo. I know he don't. I mean, none of these athletes live a perfect life. They're human, just like
Facts.
everybody else. But
Facts.
Lamelo has the blueprint on your circle you need to keep and the levels you need to go when in regards to having fun, being with friends. And I bet you if John Morant just looked at that and look how LaMelo does things, and this is not just the bigger LaMelo, this is to give a look at its rising star who's done it right on a just the kids love him. The NBA wants to market him more, even after an injury. And you don't have to be perfect. All
Hmm.
you have to do is use simple common sense.
Yeah, it ain't so common no more though, DJ. Unfortunately.
Shoot, and that's all it is. Because there have been some stuff said about Lamelo a bunch of times, but for some reason it blows by, and that's a good thing. Man, this is I didn't expect this stream to be this good, man.
Yeah, I did because look
I
who's
knew
on
it'd
it.
be good, but man,
Yeah.
it's really good.
Facts, facts. It's a great topic that we on. Get a chance to, to touch a number of subjects that are on a number of different levels. Not just on one level. Because we're talking about humans, and we are more complicated than just than black and white. It's levels to this. You
Exactly.
know.
Slim Cahoot says, okay, without social media, would this have been an issue? No, it's just a different time. Today's athletes gotta adjust.
I don't know because before there was social media, before social media, which were these tools that these organizations, these LLCs, these corporations use to how do I say, to monitor their investments.
You
How
know
about
what?
that?
I take that back, Coach Joe. There was a lot of athletes that got in trouble, like that club owner,
Facts,
right? He could
facts,
just, if this was no social media, he would just mail that photo to paparazzi. That's what they did back in the day.
facts,
Remember
and
Charles Barkley when he got in trouble?
facts.
They had pics of him beating up somebody.
Well, he threw a dude through a window. Charles was very violent in his days. That's why I don't listen to Charles too much whenever there's an issue or something like this to come up and he started talking for the system. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you didn't you when you was playing, no, you didn't that wasn't you. See, now you are old, now you are old dudes. You can't do that stuff no more. Now you want to hate on these dudes. Get off my lawn, dude. Man, go sit down somewhere, which it depends on. Go sit down somewhere.
He said, "What you depends on."
I'm so sick of these dudes, man. I'm just so sick of these dudes, man. And they just and look how they just. I mean, first of all, have some damn self respect as a man, would you? You just have to take money from anybody when you have money. You can't say no, no, thank you. No, I don't want money from you. All money ain't good money. Some have a bad taste leaving your mouth, make you feel crappy about yourself afterwards. No off buttons. I can't stand a glutton. Somebody just sit there, just keep on eating, just eating. And every time they get offered something, you want some of that. Yeah, I have some of that. Have some. Can you say no to something? You have to have it all the time. That's what's wrong with these. To me, what's wrong with these us and where we are today? That's what's going on with us. We just can't get enough. It's too much greed. And it's because of the consumption. We consume a lot of stuff in this country, man. We don't even recognize or even realize that cost, the price of what it costs to have to consume in the way that we do. We can we're a small portion of the world, and we consume way more power than anybody else in the world, more energy. And we got more tablets and phones and that stuff comes at a cost. And right now, I'm telling y'all better, you young people. I really feel I try to tell the people around me, but I just want to just let y'all know, man, y'all better start waking up to what it means to be an American and what it means to be an American citizen, and how there's a responsibility that we have to be informed of what is going on that could affect us and our children and our grandchildren and our country, because we don't live in a right now a very stable country in that way. There's a lot of volatility right now in this nation, and a lot of it has affected a lot of us. And it started a lot of it accelerated with with the COVID thing, and it hasn't stopped. DJ, right now I'm in California. Right now, we having rains, dude, and snow like I've never seen, and the people here have never seen.
Wait, is it true that you guys had a tornado in Cali?
Probably, I wouldn't be
Golly.
surprised because it's been, dude. I think it feels like something has changed the climate here. It feels like Seattle.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I've been out there.
dude, it feels like Seattle. See,
Marco Norris says Jog gonna be all right though. He's no longer gonna be the face. He will just be a great player with minimal marketing. And sometimes
right?
players will prefer it that way.
He in a small market anyway.
Yeah. Uh, Marco Nori also says urban hero type of player. He might as well start his own shoe if Nike drop him. It will be a win. We haven't turned our back on him, but media have. They trying to Toby him now. Well, that's the good thing about our people. Uh, isn't
That's
that
a
the good
good
thing
point.
about our people, though?
That's a good point.
We can see the truth on things, and even when a player mess up, we ain't gonna ostracize him like
Right? Are you
like
kidding me?
his career is over or something like that.
Man, please, man. Look here. I mean, in my own case, DJ, just my own case. I'm one of 15 in my family, brothers and sisters. I mean, I got all kind of people in my family. Are you kidding me?
Same here.
And I love what Kyrie is doing. I love it. After every game, boy, when he's playing, the players come up and hug him, and he hugged them, and the camera be on him for a second. They move off of him really quick. They don't want to show that. I'm talking about the other team's players. And he be like the other day, he had a long talk with Ja before he got suspended. He was in an embrace, had a long talk with Ja, just private in his ear. You could see Ja was just listening. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Did the players know who's for real and who ain't?
They sure do. And Slim Cahoot says, I got one more question that I would like to hear
Yes,
your thoughts
please,
on.
please, please.
Michael Jordan selling his majority stake in Charlotte Hornets? Question mark.
That's what I've been told. That's news to me, Slim. DJ and the chat
Yeah,
said Markham said that, yeah, he put it up for sale apparently.
yeah. He put up a portion, a hefty portion, up for sale.
Mm,
And
mm,
what it's telling me is that he doesn't want to be like he wants to be behind the scenes as an owner and not deal with
Not be
building
the
the
face.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever goes wrong or
Because
good.
when you the face, heavy the head that wears a crown. Everybody
Hmm.
blame the king. when stuff go wrong, it's his fault. It's the king's fault. See, look what he did. He don't want that. He'd rather go to the games and just chill. I don't blame him. And also to go to NASCAR and watch Bubba Watson go around in a circle for about 15 hours. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
And and before we go, I'm gonna read this last question. He said, Marco Norris says, "What I like about Lamelo is he act like Toby, but that boy really Kunta. He just played the game well, the game within the game. Like
Facts.
he was raised by his family well. He understands media. He understands
Facts.
that these media members, let's be honest, like you said, they don't have that spiritual component that one would think. They operate without conscience. They
Well, they do
operate
what
with
they no
greed
they
and
DJ. They do have conscience. Let's kind of rephrase it. It's just that their conscience is monetary. It's about money. See, because that's where they rest at. They only rest when the money is right. See,
hmm
America. If you think about it, we have over here. We are the king of monetization. We have learned how to monetize everything almost. That means make money off of it.
man,
See,
it's
and that's what we do here. And that's what we and so that's why I have to always go back to that when we talk about the NBA. We can never leave the business of NBA out when we talk about the NBA. You cannot talk about the NBA and not talk about the business as well, because everything they do is informed by their business model. Okay. Basketball is the second largest sport and most popular sport in the world behind soccer. Basketball. Okay. They understand their market. The NBA is opening up leagues around the world. That's what they want to do. They've started, they have one in Africa now. That's the one J. Cole was looking at. And from what I understand, I think what you call him son is down there now in Cape Town. Dwayne Wade's son on one of the teams. Or trying out for one of the teams or something. See. So the NBA is always looking at that market. So that's why they have these clauses in there that are detrimental to the team. You did something that was detrimental to our brand. Okay, that's kind of what they were saying. Because they're not just looking for you to be a basketball player. They're looking for you to be able to manage that money, Ja. Not allow that money to turn you into somebody that is unreliable, turn you into somebody who they can't count on because they don't know what you're going to do next. They trusted you and believed that they could give you that money and that you would, it would motivate you to want another bag, because once you get that bag, then you working on that next bag. Because the key and to the big boys get at least 3 bags. Okay. LeBron working on his 5th, I think. LeBron's a king of bags. He know how to manipulate the system and all that to get the bags, the bumps and everything that come with the bags. He know all. LeBron know all that. He don't just blindly go into this. So and now sports betting. Facts. Slim Hoop said, "Oh, sports betting." Right. Now sports betting is a part of it. Facts. So now that's another entity that is about money that they have to consider now. So that means they will be making decisions with those industries in mind, which may not have anything to do with the basketball. See, for the older heads out, that bemoan the game so much today. Oh, it's played they too not physical enough. They don't. All they shoot is threes and Well, I'm sorry. I understand. You used to Gladys Knight. Somebody leaving on the midnight train. I get it. But ain't nobody leaving on no midnight trains. They all driving. They all flying charter flights. Ain't no trains. It's a different day. These ain't the same kids. It ain't the same league. It ain't the same game. It's global now. So that means it's different. And so I happen to always, I will always rest on what we talked about in the beginning, DJ, is Lonzo and LaMelo, that LeVar and Tina did an amazing job raising those kids and help put them in a position for them to be able to cash in and get a boost in life. And they both of them have. And Jello has, I guess I understand from the BBB side and the modeling side, I guess, of what I understand. So him too.
Yeah, man. Prayers out to Lonzo on if he gets through this, man. First, his mental got to be good. I'm
Ooh.
sure his family is checking on him.
Mm.
And for those who are making fun of Lonzo going through this, man, like I said, God
Mm.
don't like ugly.
Mm.
The Most High does not like ugly.
Mm.
I'm praying for him, and I hope he's the first to overcome this situation
Mm.
one
Wouldn't
step
that
at
be
a time.
amazing?
But yeah, that'd be you write a book. That's book deals and everything.
Man,
We
wouldn't
got to
that be
write.
amazing? Imagine that. Imagine that Lonzo come out at the beginning of next year and they playing "Don't Call It a Comeback." Always been here.
And
That would
Marco
be.
Nori says, Melo had to go through a hating coach, bad teammates,
Mm,
a GM questioning him, and he still hasn't given up. Melo need a show to run. It's not about him being the leading scorer, but making the offense go.
mm.
Talk to him.
Mm. My thing with what the NBA has done to Melo could take another hour, and we don't have it. I just want to just say that I am how do the people who took over this country, the English, how do they say? I have not been impressed at all with how they have so far let LaMelo play. I'm not impressed at all. He could do everything that they would have been asking him to do with blindfolders on. That's how elementary this crap is they want him to do. I so am just holding in my heart that there's somebody out there, and it could happen because guess what? If who said that Magic Johnson is trying to get the ownership over Michael Jordan? If Magic does get the ownership from Michael Jordan, I guarantee that he, because Magic did already said it. Melo is Magic 2.0. He gonna put people around him that where they can do that, and we gonna see Magic again because that's what the NBA needs, and that's what Melo needs. That's what the public, they need Magic. Okay, and Melo is Magic. So I want to see that again. I don't want to see this half court mess that these non-creatives. Okay, because I mean, let's just keep it real. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of creativity to do some of this. But Melo is not about that. His instincts are off the charts. His feel for the game is off the charts. So I don't want to hear the nonsense.
Coach Joe, let's land this plane. Last words.
Well, yes, DJ, I want to just, as we always like to say, I always have to start with you, my brother. I appreciate you so much, reaching out and taking your time the way you do. You had a big move you had to take care of, and it's not one thing, and so I don't take you for granted. I appreciate you so much coming in and making this thing.
Appreciate that.
Yes, and to the family, man, so many people showed up. I mean, just wow. I'm just blown away. I have not been as consistent as I've wanted to be. This has not have been the kind of year that I wanted it to be as well in terms of my participation. But hey, things change, and there's an old saying that God laughs at our plans. The Most High laughs at our plans.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's true, he's certainly been laughing his head off at my plans because almost none of them, except the times that we've gotten together like this to come together has been what I have wanted, what I have wanted. So I'm grateful. And like I always like to say to all that is out there and is listening, I learned something in Africa in Ubuntu, and it means because of you, you are, and because of me, I am. I am. We are one. So hey, look, have a wonderful night, and thank you, DJ, so much. Can't wait to do the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Tune in for that.